Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, yeah.
Numen is the animating force in all things living. We sense this force perhaps most abundantly in plants.
Our DNA contains so much material that is from the plant world. And that's just a scientific fact. You're as much carrot as you are kangaroo, as you are bird. A lot of that DNA, a lot of that memory comes from the very origins of life.
That when we go to talk to a plant, we are addressing, you know, a cousin, a family that is a part of us. And so we address them in that manner.
When life was evolving on the earth, in the oceans, most green material in the oceans, if you look at the cell wall structure, is composed of primarily omega-3 oils. The chloroplast is mostly omega-3 oils. So the omega-3 oils seem to be the fundamental oil of the universe. So we're connected to the beginning. You see what I'm saying? We're connected to the beginning of life itself. So when you take those oils in, the body is connected in a very spiritual way, I would say, to its beginning, even before the human form became the human form.
So it's this exquisite relationship that most people don't have consciousness about. That's very unfortunate. It's like being in relationship to one of the highest beings that we could possibly have in a material form and not recognizing that you're in marriage to them. That's rather sad, I think.
In a sense, one of the most basic breakdowns in the world is that you don't know where your dinner came from. You know, that you don't know where this medicine came from, and that it's just become a commodity or a product rather than something that's actually alive.
We're all separated from our roots in nature. We're separated from the healing, healthy energies of the ecosystem.
Something's going on that while we're the country that spends more on medical care than any country in the world, we're also experiencing higher rates of almost every chronic disease.
Infectious diseases are going down like this. Immune diseases are going up like this.
Look at the statistics. Asthma is going up, autism is going up, Alzheimer's is going up, Parkinson's is going up, childhood cancers are going up, diabetes.
The allopathic medicine tradition comes from what's called heroic medicine. And the basic concept, the basic belief, was that in fact nature does not have a capacity to heal, that the physician has to be this heroic figure who intervenes with these very invasive and often very toxic methods to kill the disease.
If you look at the root word healing, it has to do with wholeness and oneness and unity. Modern medicine during the 20th century has not been about wholeness. It's been about parts. It's been about splitting human beings up into atoms and molecules and organs and organ systems. So it's been actually the reverse of healing.
As soon as they walk in the door, my eyes are scanning their body and I'm looking at their skin color, I'm looking at their eyes. I'm looking in their eyes to see if I see a vitality there, that I want to see if a person is healthy, or if their eyes are dim, if that fire is, that vital energy is dim. And I'm looking at their fingernails, I'll look at their tongue, I'll look at their lip shape, lip color, I'll look at the way they walk and the way they move. I'll listen to their voice and what they're saying to me, and the tone and the emotion that comes through the voice also. You have to know everything about a person in order to get that picture, in order to be able to make that intuitive leap to the plants that might work for them.
So when a consumer goes into a health food store and they see a barrage of hundreds of thousands of herbal supplements and vitamins and minerals, it's a real challenge for them to know what to do. And so companies like ours at New Chapter are trying to educate consumers to ask questions. It really comes down to asking fundamental questions. And they really can be very, very simple. Where does the herb come from? Number one, where does the herb come from?
Plants and their presence in our lives work on a number of different levels. So there are a complex range of constituents that the body responds to, but then there's also an overriding energy or life force which becomes a part of us when we employ that in medicine.
In the context of human history, almost everyone in every age believed in a non-local form of consciousness that manifested through dreams, through contact with ancestors, with spirits, the ability of consciousness to make a difference in healing at a distance, remotely, beyond the reach of the senses. So it is only in the past 200 or 300 years that we have bought into this idea that consciousness is just an individual bodily phenomenon.
You know, there are many different ways of knowing in the world. And when you look particularly at indigenous or traditional cultures, they know an extraordinary amount of stuff. It's what Gary Nabhan calls indigenous science. Yet they didn't have the tools that we have now with modern science. Yet ancient shamans knew about the spiral structure of DNA. At the moment, what's at stake is the future of life on Earth as we know it, quite literally. This is not a hyperbole or a dramatic statement. This is really a scientific fact at this point.
We ruin the quality of life, the beauty of the Earth, the sense of the wonder we have in each other. If we get sick of each other because of abuse of each other, then we have no quality of life even worth saving.
I think in today's world, the connection between people, plants and planet is becoming more separate. So we've forgotten how to connect with the plants. We've forgotten how to listen carefully. We've forgotten how to hear their song. And the more we can encourage this in this world, the better relationship we're going to have. We'll know that we have to stop the abuse of the planet. And that can only mean an increase in wellness for all that live on it.